Chris Brown has just been arrested in the UK, traveling all the way from Manchester back to London. Let's break down exactly what happened. Sources report that the arrest stems from a 2023 incident at a London nightclub, where Chris allegedly attacked a music producer with a bottle. The alleged victim claims Chris struck him 2 or 3 times over the head, leaving him hospitalized and needing crutches. While Chris reportedly tried to claim it was someone from his entourage, the producer insists it was him directly. The arrest happened around 2 a.m. at his hotel in Manchester, shortly after Chris returned to the UK for a visit. Interestingly, the whole situation was sparked by a tip-off to the Metropolitan Police, reportedly involving the Sun newspaper.
Manchester Airport on a private jet yesterday afternoon, and then they became aware of his presence in the UK. So the Sun reached out to police there and they asked, was Chris Brown under arrest? And the Met detectives then say that they traveled to Manchester, where they arrested Chris Brown at the hotel. They say that he was taken into custody and is thought to have been taken to a police station for questioning. The Met police released this. A 36-year-old man was arrested at a hotel in Manchester shortly after 200 hours on Thursday, the 15th of May, on suspicion of grievous bodily harm. He has been taken into custody where he remains. The arrest relates to an incident at a venue in Hanover Square on the 19th of February, 2023. And again, that incident that they're talking about is when the music producer said that it was an unprovoked attack that happened on him allegedly.
After Chris flew in on a private jet, the alleged victim reached out to authorities, who confirmed his presence and acted quickly. The Metropolitan Police confirmed a 36-year-old man was arrested at a hotel in Manchester shortly after 2 a.m. on Thursday, May 15th, on suspicion of grievous bodily harm. He has been taken into custody and remains there. The arrest relates to an incident at a venue in Hanover Square on February 19th, 2023. Chris was scheduled to be performing on his European tour with multiple UK dates planned. But now, his future shows are uncertain as authorities decide next steps. Bail seems possible given his resources, but the combination of the previous unresolved case and claims that he's a flight risk could complicate matters. It's definitely been a rough week for Chris Brown, especially for Tate Mayfair, the venue involved. With this arrest adding fuel to an already heated situation, the coming days will reveal whether Chris faces legal consequences this time or walks free on bail once again. On X, fans are roasting Chris Brown's team, calling them probably the most useless team an artist could have. Many argue this whole situation should have been handled long before he even arrived in the UK over 2 years ago. Yet here he is, in custody, with his tour looming. One user commented, "Knowing that Chris Brown is sat in a cell somewhere in the UK makes me so glad. Happy Thursday." Meanwhile, there's also a £16 million lawsuit pending, with the claimant outlining his version of events in an interview with the Sun. Chris Brown and a music producer were reportedly at Tape nightclub in London when things turned violent. According to reports, Chris allegedly hit the producer over the head with a bottle and then punched and kicked him while he was on the floor. What's particularly shocking is that this was said to be unprovoked. No argument, no dispute over anyone, just a sudden attack. The alleged victim claims Chris struck him 2 or 3 times, causing his knee to collapse. He was hospitalized and required crutches to walk upon discharge. This injury is now central to a civil claim for damages, with the producer reportedly seeking around £16 million, approximately $12 million, for medical costs, lost earnings, and other losses. The producer alleges he's lost about £500,000 per month since the incident. This attack could also impact Chris Brown's European tour, as he was scheduled to perform 10 dates in the UK next month. While he's a multi-millionaire, earning reportedly £82.3 million from concert ticket sales, the lawsuit isn't just about his money. Legal experts note that sometimes plaintiffs inflate claims to strengthen negotiating positions for settlements. The UK media, including The Sun, have been closely following the case. They reportedly had interviews and articles lined up as soon as Chris arrived in the UK. His tour team appears to have been caught off guard, possibly overlooking that this incident dates back to February 2023, with reports in May 2023 already warning that Chris could face arrest if he returned to the UK. The legal battle began escalating in October 2023 when the producer filed a $16 million lawsuit in the U.S. for injuries and losses. Chris reportedly ignored a scheduled police interview regarding the assault, intensifying the situation. Attempts to dismiss parts of the claim were denied in April 2024, keeping the case alive. Now, with Chris back in the UK, authorities have acted. It's important to note that he previously had a UK ban following his assault conviction involving Rihanna, which lasted over a decade before being lifted by the Home Secretary in 2020. This arrest adds a major chapter to an ongoing saga that has spanned 2 years, involving both civil claims and criminal investigations. It's a high-stakes situation with potential tour cancellations, millions in damages, and Chris's legal and public reputation all on the line. Former Home Secretary Priti Patel lifted Chris Brown's ban from entering the UK in 2020. Sources indicate that some in Brown's team speculated the UK authorities might hesitate to arrest him since the government had officially allowed his return. However, the Metropolitan Police confirmed they are still pursuing the case, noting that 2 men were scheduled for a voluntary interview at a police station on March 29th, but failed to attend. Authorities are still investigating and trying to determine his exact whereabouts during the incident. Most of the chatter from American fans has been joking about him, especially since he was publicly saying "Free Tory Lanez," and Tory reportedly has been stabbed in prison recently. So now people are pointing out, look, he's locked up too. Many Americans don't know the full details of the case. They just see headlines that he's been arrested in the UK. When someone is taken into custody there, police have 24 hours to decide the next steps. Bail isn't automatically granted. In many cases, the person is released under investigation, given a court date, or sometimes remanded straight to court. There are multiple possible outcomes. For now, he's being held in custody, and that's where he will remain as investigations continue. Authorities can even request extensions if they need more time to review evidence, like CCTV from the nightclub, although it's unclear whether Tape Nightclub will provide footage. At this point, it's not public what evidence police have to justify the arrest. He may eventually be released under investigation and asked to return to court, but there's also the possibility he's considered a flight risk, which could push the process toward an immediate court appearance. Either way, this situation is still unfolding, and we'll keep monitoring it closely. In other news, we recently covered another international case involving young Philly, which his friends discussed publicly for the first time. That video is up, so check it out next if you haven't already.